Hi, friends. This is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I'm so excited to be with you today. Camp, Fall Bible Journaling Camp 2020 starts this Thursday. Wow, we finally got all the resources in, and I finally just kind of moved ahead some. But we have one of our sponsors who has clearly had some kind of major thing come up, and seriously, I hung up today with our dentist, and they have had tremendous struggle within their family with the pandemic. So, you know what? We all have grace, we all have mercy, and we are all very willing to do whatever it takes to work around. And I was already building sources so that resources in case hers did not work out. But she's such a sweet gal, and we're able to go ahead and move forward. I pray it's okay. I wrote her an email. I haven't heard back, but I went ahead and moved on. But phenomenal shop, phenomenal gal. Absolutely super appreciate her heart for the word, her heart for God's people, and her heart for discipleship. So, anyways, all of our sponsors are fantastic. So, so long story short, you get an email from me. You got it late last night. If you haven't found it yet, look in your spam folder, all that kind of good stuff. That is your kit. That is your whole kit. So you're going to look at it and go, oh, how many pages is this thing? And it's long, but a lot of it is actual content to use. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it. This is just an introductory, tells you the days that we're going to meet, tells you that we only meet Monday through Friday, or we only meet weekdays. So we start on a Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we stop the day before Thanksgiving. All right. Now, I'm giving you some basic email addresses, etc. And then we move on. Then here comes your scripture that you get in the kit, and what a blessing. We also are utilizing a resource online called Visual Ministries. Phenomenal resource. I have literally gone through and linked every single page for you. All you have to do is link on it and add it to the cart. But before you do that, on their front page, their basic email address, which is right here at the top, you're going to want to watch the how to check out video. There is no charge unless you want to donate for their services. You just have to, click it, give them your information, and print it. And they don't do anything with your information. It's very, very secure site. Wonderful people. Amazing. They were at the Bible Journaling Conference, Bible Journaling Ministries Conference here last month. And I just really appreciate their heart for God's people and encouraging us and discipling us. So anyways, I've handpicked the resources you're going to want to click on. Then I have in the next page is the things that are donated. And we have just been very, very blessed. Now, I made a boo-boo on this last thing. So please, please, please just let that go. All right. Now, you also have this one print that you're going to want to print separately like I did here. And if it's small, you're going to want to enlarge it to at least the size of your journal. So I had suggested everybody get a composition journal, and we're going to lay down, we're going to decorate the cover of this. And then this will go on top because this is our first for the camp. I know, right? Okay. Then you also get some extra freebies. These are for your own self. So you're going to get a lister's going to list. Hold on. Fall prompts. You're going to get, not going to get that. Hold on. And then I have some additional teaching stuff for me. And then I have, okay, hold on. Okay, that's that. You're going to get the lister's going to list for this. Now, that's additional. You can do it while you're doing it. You can, and because there's 60 of them, it's meant for, September, October, November, however you wanted to do it. You can just pick and choose some to do while we're going through it. We're also going to have some additional goodies that are going to come to us at the end. And then I thought I had this all in order. Please forgive me. There's also an additional, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So, before I do that very quickly, let me show you. I have everything in order for the first day camp. Can you tell? I know. What a dork, huh? Oh, okay. So maybe it's down here. I bet it's down here. Hold on. Okay, so this is an additional thing from Visual Ministries, and one of you guys knows exactly what this is because it just dawned on me later. Oh, she's using that. But anyways, so I didn't use this, but I am going to tell you this is on Visual Ministries. This is a wonderful project. It's called Thanksgiving Scripture Journal. You can build this on your own. You can wait and save it for next year. You can do whatever you want, but this is a great resource. So it's listed on our extra goodies. Now, we also have digis that are coming. And I want to say, so on things like this, I would print them once on, if you can, sticker paper, if not just white or even clear sticker paper, but white paper would be just fine. Okay, so this is by the Will for God, plus we have lots and lots of gorgeous, just additional scrapbook paper to use. And this may look familiar to some of y'all who've done a previous camp. We've used this before, but I printed it out for you guys. And there's also some additional things that come with that. Now, I'm not going to show you everything. I'm going to let you guys go pick these out. So we have Ella Rowett's, Ella Rowett's, I always just call her Ella. It's Ella Rowett's Bible, and that is on your sheet. We also have things from his palette, and like I just showed you, the by the will of God. But the reason why I'm talking about these things is, hold on, some of the kits come with extra like scrapbook paper. So the By the Will for God, Ella Rowett's, and I don't think his palette does. But I would suggest you print those out on regular, just printer paper and treat it like scrapbook paper. You can print it out on cardstock as well. But this will be like the background with the digi on top, with the wonderful digital there. And so of that scripture. So that's why I wanted to pull that out. Okay. I know. And don't forget, if you don't have your composition notebook, you can find them inexpensively at Walmart. Dollar Tree has them for $1. This was from our local grocery store in the back to school. It cost us 50 cents, so I bought 2. So you're going to want to have this ready for the first day, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So, and then we have all our digitals. Now, I wanted to come back here and show you guys a couple of things. So now I'm going to move all this over. And I want to kind of talk about your journal. So, your journal is yours. And one of our wonderful friends here had pointed me to this digi, and I had just found his palette, and but I hadn't seen this digi yet. So I'm not young like this, but my hair has gotten incredibly long, and it has been, I became more red. I've always had a touch of red, but I became more, and I didn't realize how red it was until I was printing out pictures of our granddaughter before I had taken my hair to red. And it was like, oh my goodness, my hair was red there. So I guess it was kind of a natural transition. But anyway, so she showed me this. I have the one you can color, and I have the one that you can just print out. So I would encourage you on his palette. They're pretty inexpensive. And even on Ella Rowett's, which is very inexpensive, you should go find a gal that best represents you. So if you like photography, this is charming. This is his palette. If you see someone that looks like you or has characteristics of you, go for it. Or if you just have like one of those what are they called? They're like emoji type animation of yourself. If you can print one of those out, go for it. Put it on regular paper, cardstock, or even sticker paper, but get it so that you can be in your journal. Okay. So don't ask me yet, but that's what I'm going to do. And I picked up 2 different things. I love photography. I printed this one out. I always wear my hair up. And then I picked this one because, red, and my hair's gotten really long. So there's that. Now, anything extra that you have in your stash. So I've got tons of extra Thanksgiving things. I'm not going to pull them all out, but I am going to pull a few things from my stash, and I've printed them and they're ready for me to use them. And I'm super excited. This came from his palette. They also have the colored version of this as well. And it works perfectly with one of our kits in the camp. So if you're saying, what's one thing I could do to add to I highly recommend go look on Ella Rowett's, on his palette, and you might even want to look on By the Will for God, because they have digis that can print out scrapbook paper, or You can bring in your own scrapbook paper if you have scrapbook paper in your stash. Okay. So you're building your kit with what you like, if that makes any sense. Okay. So I wanted to show that. Now, you also have some extra printouts that are amazing from Visual Ministries as well, but I wanted to show you a couple of things. So there are some issues with sizing. You need to pay attention when you're getting ready to print that it fits the page. You always want to ask for extra on your printer selection, little pop-up, and you're going to want to go to the bottom when it says other. You're going to want to hit other, and you're going to go on down, and you're going to want to look at the sizing on the page. So hold on, what did I do with that? I guess I put it back here. So on this one, I sized it down. It doesn't mean you have to. I just sized it down. On some of these, I didn't size down, so I ended up doing 2 of these, but you can always use 2. And then on this one, I sized down. On this one, I sized down to fit the page, because if not, it went off the page, as you can see here. Okay, so there's that. And then also, I'm not even sure yet if I can even get this one on the page, but I can use, so if this happens, you don't throw it away. You can use the different things that are in the design, the shirts, the boats, the flutes, whatever it is, the dog, the guitar, whatever you would like, or fiddle, whatever you want to see that as. And then you can use the words like Thanksgiving and Father, and we can use those in your journaling. Okay. Now, lastly, I also wanted to suggest a place for you to keep everything. So I just have this old, I found it here recently in one of my big cleanouts. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set mine up in here, and I'm going to put all my extra goodies that are not a part of the kit on one side, and all my kit stuff on the right. And I know that may seem silly. You set it up the way you are comfortable. So these are my extras. These are my kit that came in the kit. And here's the rest of my kit. So with my extras, whoops, wrong stack of printouts. I literally went through probably, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of printouts getting everything ready, because I wanted to check everything. I wanted to resource everything. I just wanted to make sure that it was all good and that every one of you got something that would work well. So anyways, but here I am. So I'm going to put my printout, my email on the left as well with my extra goodies. And that way it'll just maybe be a little bit more equitable. And these are extras too right here. So the lister's got a list and then some other goodies that I give you. But I will move all that over later. Anyway, so you set up, whether it's a notebook, a basket, whatever you need. Now, you do know, of course, you're going to need this composition notebook. You're also going to need some kind of, excuse me, I'm going to reach. Sorry. Okay, some kind of a Mod Podge or liquid glue, anything that you're comfortable with for the front cover. And anything that's background paper, you're going to want to print extra so that you can use it for your cover, your inside, and then your actual paper in the kit. Or if you have extra scrapbooking paper that you want to use, whether it be Christian scrapbooking paper, it be Thanksgiving or fall or autumn or whatever you want to use, go for it. But these are $1 at the Dollar Tree. So I wanted you to know that this is available. Now, I had mentioned before, any kind of a clear gesso, it is up to you what you want to use. If you want to prep pages so they don't bleed through, because there's going to be enough. There's 200 pages or 100 pages, 200, when you count front and back. But some of these may be too thin for you. So you may want to go ahead and prepare your journal with just plain old scrapbooking, tape runner, and put your pages together. So you may want 2, 3 pages. It is up to you. I mean, recognize it's a 10-day camp. So you're not going to need all these pages unless you just want to continue it on with your fall lister's got a list or your Thanksgiving prompts or any of the devotionals that I've given you. I'm going to be ending up giving you a lot of extra devotionals. Before it's all through, you will have enough material that if you want to come back to it and want to just have a season of Thanksgiving and praise in your own life, then I'm hoping to give you enough materials that you can gather those together and do and continue on in this journey. So something else you're going to need some kind of a tape runner. It can be tear and tape. It can be a tape runner. You can use glue, but glue will wrinkle your pages. So that's up to you. You make that decision. You can use a glue stick and it won't wrinkle. So I have, let's see here. These are not sold anymore, but I had these in my stash, so I will be using some of these up. And then, of course, just go to Yoo-Hoo or whatever you have. There's plenty of time between now and then, now and Thursday, if you need to order anything off Amazon. If you have Prime, you can probably get it. So any kind of an X-Acto knife, and this one is just in terrible gunky shape, but I have it, so we're going to use it. Any kind of I had glue stick here. Silly me. Okay, and any kind of a scissors or a trimmer. And I really highly advise a trimmer if you have one. You want it at least as long as the height of your composition book. Okay, so this is 9.75 by 7.5. So you're going to want at least maybe a 10-inch trimmer. So just think about that. If you're buying a trimmer new, if you're not, you're good to go. And don't go buy one. Don't go buy one. You can use a ruler and scissors and make it work. I promise. Any kind of coloring that you would like. So you can use markers. You can use watercolor here. You can use watercolors. You can use whatever. You can use acrylics. You can use whatever you have. So remember, you're going to want to have something that can work in your notebook and to lay color down. You can have map pencils. You can have crayons. You use what you have. Don't go buy anything unless you just want to, or it's early Christmas present. But the other thing is, if you use markers or any of the black pens, you want to do a test. And I always say, go to the back page, write the word test, and then flip it over and see how many layers it takes to not see it. So these Tombow colored markers, I will do a test to be sure that they don't bleed through. And if they bleed through, then I'm gonna thicken my pages. So I'm gonna glue or tape my pages either 2 or 3 sheets thick so that it won't show. Now, there is an old junk journaler's trick. And the trick is, if you don't want your book to look like that fat when you get through, that'll be so stuffed full, you go in and you remove some pages. I'm not going to. I'm just going to put them together and I'm going to move forward. But if you feel like, because anytime you make an altered book, you only keep a portion of it, because once you decorate them, they fatten up. And in an altered book, it's a hard form book, so you may not want it to fatten up. So, but I'm going to use my composition as is. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. If you want to, you can remove some of the pages and it won't get as thick. All right. Now, lastly, what is the last thing you think you need besides a pen to write with and things like that? Which you can use your markers if you have markers. A Bible. And even if it's not a journaling Bible, it's over there, or I'd go grab it. I have a Bible that I have used in camp, and I will use it this camp. And I will, if I'm going to journal in it, that's the Bible I'll use. I never want anybody to feel like they have to go buy a journaling Bible. If you want to, fantastic. If you don't, I understand. I want you to feel comfortable with what your budget will allow. The seasonal camps are meant to be a blessing and an encouragement to all who participate, to grow deeper in the Word, to know God, to hear His voice, to focus on what is it that we are focused on. So in this camp, we are focused on Thanksgiving and praise. Previous camps, love, gratitude, and Thanksgiving. I mean, whatever each camp's theme was. Bloom where you planted. That was the spring, summer. So I want you guys to not worry about the finances. We have had amazing people step up to donate every single camp without fail. I don't do a physical kit anymore. There will be options for that, but they will be in regular classes. But the fall, winter, spring, summer camps, all the seasonal camps will always be here, and they will always be for free. That is my blessing and pledge to be able to be a part of that. And that is my pledge to you guys. As long as I can get free materials, I will always give for free, always. So, and please, I ask you, pray for the people who donated to our camp. Pray for the people in the camp. Pray for me as I prepare, because Satan loves to attack. And we saw that in our summer Bible journaling camp. That was the first camp I ever put together because of COVID. I cannot tell you how much I was attacked personally. The attacks continue on. Life has not, quote, evened out yet. But I trust God, and there's a peace about it. And I love that God has never left me or forsaken me. I hold on to that scripture tight with two hands. I ask God for the promises that He offers, and I take Him at His word, literally the Bible. And we know the word is also Jesus. So I trust Him to provide and to meet our needs. Now, we already had a stump in getting all the materials that, I had started way in advance, and that's okay. It's okay. And then I've already begun our winter, fall preparation, and also into the spring a little bit. And I usually am about one camp ahead is my goal. When these get loaded, each day of camp depends on our internet. So I hope to have them loaded every evening. And then, hold on one second, guys.